You're probably ready to start smelting iron, and in this video I'm going to give you the initial steps to get you started in the Iron Age of Soulmask. Now, I'm not going to show you every location that you can go and get iron in this video. I'm going to show you the best places to start getting iron early on so that you can upgrade your gear and get to the point where you can go to the areas where there is a lot of iron. Starting right off, you're going to need the carbon powder. Now, the carbon powder is made on the grinder's bench from charcoal, so you want to have the kiln making charcoal both for your campfire but also for the smelting of iron. The earliest things that you're going to come across are likely to be all the different metals that you get in the ancient ruin dungeons. I recommend using the metal chunks to smelt down to iron early on and not using the parts or the plates if you can manage to keep those for later recipes. Iron is made in the blast furnace, and in order to use the blast furnace, you will have to have coal so that it will actually ignite. The first place that you're going to be able to find some coal and some of the metal chunks is in this ancient ruins dungeon. Now, it is copper that you can mine in this dungeon, and by all means, you can fight all these plunderers going through here. There are some chests where you can find coal in this area. However, for this video, I'm simply going to run past all these plunderers and get you into the mechanical dungeon area for this dungeon. Once you get in there, you will start fighting the mechanical enemies, and those enemies will drop the metal chunks as well as have the ability to drop the metal plates and the metal parts. It's very important that you come in here with corrosion tanks so that you can do the most damage to the enemies in this area. I'm over leveled while making this guide, however you can come in here in bronze gear and have an easy enough time completing this content. So you want to focus on fighting the mechanical enemies and then looting them for the metal chunks. Those metal chunks are going to turn into iron, and this is the earliest place where you can come and start getting those metal chunks and start smelting it into iron. While you're exploring in here, you will find rooms that have chests that can be looted inside of them. So when you're looting that chest, you want to be looking for the coal to drop in those chests. And quite a few of these chests are going to drop coal, so this is a great place to come and double up on those items. There are pits and mines around the map that you can find that actually have coal as well. I'm showing you one of those locations right now. Some of these areas you can mine the coal that is outside the pit without having to deal with any enemies. The location that I'm at right now actually has bears inside the pit, so be prepared to fight those if you want to go inside the pit for more coal. You can see the bear that I'm fighting in here is level 39, so it is not a pushover when you come in here. Be prepared to fight these higher difficulty enemies. And so you don't get caught off guard like I did, sometimes when you are mining the coal, things can jump out of the coal and attack you. Here you can see a scorpion just appeared in front of me while I was mining this coal. So be prepared to switch to your weapon and attack something that may jump out of this coal. Coal is the only resource where I've seen this happen. I've had scorpions and spiders jump out of coal. I'm not sure if other resources can have it happen, but just be prepared for something to jump out and attack you. If you think you're ready to just mine iron ore, then this is the spot that I recommend. This is much like the Barbarian Barracks that has the copper right next to it. This Barbarian Barracks has the iron ore right next to it. Make sure that you come up here with a bronze pick because you cannot harvest iron with anything lower than a bronze pick. I recommend having a couple just so you can get as much iron as possible. Additionally, you should plan on bringing a mount up here so that you can trek back with all the iron that you get. It is a pretty decent trek up north, but this is what I feel like is the safest place to get iron early on. When you go into the desert where most of the iron is found, you will be fighting very difficult enemies in that area. You can see the Claw Tribe barbarians that are here are in the 40 levels. So you want to be careful going in here if you're not in iron gear. However, there are not a lot of enemies in this area. So as long as you take your time, put down a campfire so you can respawn, you should be able to get in here and get enough iron to really move you into the Iron Age. And if you're looking for resources that aren't iron for early game, like copper, tin, salt, or clay, I've got a guide on my channel already for that, and it's linked in the description of this video. I'd like to thank all my YouTube members for your continued support. Y'all are absolute legends. Don't be out of whack. There's another video on the screen right now that you can watch to support more of my content.